Yo guys, Spiderbot here. We're taking a look at some Call of Duty Black Ops 2 tactics. This time we're getting map specific and we're going to be looking at Meltdown. Not only are we going to be looking at Meltdown from an overall perspective, here's an overhead view of the map basically, but we're also going to look at it in a more detailed perspective for non-objective game modes. We're going to be going through probably a lot of the objective game modes specifically, and those will come in separate videos. Here we're looking at free-for-all, team deathmatch, and kill confirmed. Now, since when playing with the team, it's always good to have a common set of callouts for locations on the map. We found a map coming from unofficialcallofduty.com via Google. Thank you very much. Links in the description to these guys. Many of the main locations are labeled. Yes, it's specific for domination. You can see the A dom, B dom, C dom, but regardless, everything else is labeled, and as long as your team is sort of on the same page, you can use these callouts. So let's start taking a look at heat maps from some of my recent games. The first thing we're going to look at, the first game mode we're going to look at is free-for-all. And keep in mind that heat maps, yes, will vary from game to game, but I think on average and in general, you'll get to see patterns of where action is taking place, of where players are getting killed. And you can quite clearly see here that most of the action was taking place in this particular game at Anka, a little bit north of Anka, as well a little bit in Control, and number 4, sort of the top right of center. Alright, so let's switch over to Team Deathmatch. Now, you're actually seeing the same sort of pattern, although you've got a much better distribution of killing occurring over at Anka, Control, and at the center location in 3 and 4. Let's take a look at our last non-objective game mode, Kill Confirmed, and look at the distribution here. We do still have kills going on, or a higher distribution of kills going on at Anka and Control, but we have a much higher congestion and distribution of kills in that center area. And really, your distribution here with Kill Confirmed is going to be slightly different than Free-For-All and Team Deathmatch, simply because you have the tags. I mean, not only do you have to get the kill, you actually have to run out there and get the tags. And I think that's where, and we'll show you in a bit later, why there's such a kill distribution in that center area, because people just kept going out of there in this particular game. And once again, from game to game, it's going to vary, but really what this is telling us in these non-objective game modes, those are the spots you want to be. You want to be in the action. You don't want to be on the outskirts, and we're going to show you some gameplay not only from the outskirts, but also at all 3 of these locations, just to give you a taste and feel for what the hell's going on. But if you're playing Team Deathmatch or Free-For-All and Kill Confirmed, and you're out by the turbines or dirt or road or oil and barrels, like any of those locations, you're going to not be getting very many kills or confirms. Okay, so let's take a look at a short clip of running through the turbines. And again, it's going to vary from game to game, but it's pretty indicative of what you're going to run into on Free-For-All, Team Deathmatch. I mean, Free-For-All might be a bit better, but particularly Team Deathmatch and Kill Confirmed, I run into basically one guy. And I run from one side to the other, and that's pretty much it. Now, I mean, that's going to happen in other areas of the map, but more often than not, 80% of the time, this is what's going to happen when you run the turbine. And the same thing goes for pillars. On Kill Confirmed, you might actually run into 1 or 2 players up here, but typically on Free-For-All and Team Deathmatch, you may not run into a soul, may run into 1 player. Again, if you're in these locations, you're not in the action. Alright, so let's take a closer look at the heavy traffic areas. First, we're going to take a look at Anka. Appropriately named, don't you think? You have that doorway in the backside, and there's a stairway right on the right-hand side as you enter the door. You also have access to the upper level via these orange crates. Basically, there are 2 points of entry into the upper level. Even though you have that stairway in that back entrance, and there's a ladder on the other side, it actually comes together in one location, so there's only actually 2 ways into that upper room. Here's another entranceway to the lower level. There is no other stairway. There's only the 1 stairway on the back side. We're going to come over to this far side of the building here, and there's the ladder getting you up into basically a crawl space access, and that brings you to the landing at the top of the stairs that gets you into that top level of Anka building. I'm going to take you through a few clips here from a free-for-all, and I think free-for-all is definitely the easiest way to control a location, and we're basically going to stay on this bottom floor, at least for this clip, and control the bottom area. I just called in a UAV, and the way the spawn system is working for me here on free-for-all, I've got enemy players that continue to spawn in behind this location, in by the dirt area, down that ramp, and I do have a guy that comes in from the top level, and he does catch me, but that's okay. I spawn right back in where the other players were spawning that I was killing, and I can come in here and take out 2 enemy players quickly. So really, free-for-all in particular, it's about controlling. In my opinion, you can control either a small area or you can run a route, and I used to do that in COD 4 all the time. I'd pick a particular route around the map, even if it's a small, just a portion of the map, and I'd run that route the entire time of the free-for-all. And I'd also have multiple other routes, so if I did die and I respawned in, I could pick up on the other side of the map on a completely different route. So really, when you're playing these games, get to know these specific locations, Anka control, and the center area, and learn to run some routes or control an area like I'm doing there. I went 9-1 during that short, brief period on the bottom floor of Anka. Now I'm moving up to the top. This is a different... a little later on in the free-for-all, and ended up getting another 5 kills, I believe, up top. But again, I'm moving around. I mean, I didn't stay up top. I moved down below. It's about moving around. I don't like the guys that just lie in the corner and kill you as you come into the room. And you'll see that, and it becomes a little bit more difficult to breach one of these buildings in a team deathmatch if you're not set up properly, and we're going to see an example of that. But definitely in a free-for-all, you can take control of these areas, move around the outside of the building if you want. Go back inside. Generally, I like to stay inside just in case, enemy players decide to call hellstorms or lightning strikes on my head. Now let's switch over to control. And control is nearly identically set up as is Anka. You have the entranceway here on the back side. The stairwell is on your left-hand side to go upstairs. You've got some crates and scaffolding here on the right-hand side to get into that one window. So that's your second point of access. Again, the stairs through the bottom floor, as well as you're going to see another ladder on the opposite side of where we're looking right here, do converge at a centralized or single landing location. So you still only have 2 entrances into that upper level. And again, you have a sniper perch, similar to Anka, that overlooks that center location. And we're going to see just what can happen in that center location, particularly on a game of Kill Confirmed. So coming around to the opposite side of this building, you'll see you do have that ladder up onto the scaffolding, and again a crawl space to get you through to that upper level landing and get you into that upper level room where you're going to see just what can happen when an enemy player decides to camp up there and just dig right in. So we're going to be switching to a team-based game mode, taking a look at control. It's a little bit more difficult, again, when you have multiple players up there. I mean, a free-for-all, it's only going to be one player. I mean, they may still have claymores, etc., but with multiple guys camping out in that upper level on Anka or control, it just makes it that much more difficult when they're working as a team, and perhaps you're running solo in a team-based game mode, and you don't necessarily have any help coming from your teammates to try and breach this position. So you can still get a few kills in TDM free-for-all, as well as collect a few dog tags running around the outside of the building. But again, we're gonna try and breach. We're gonna try and breach the defenses here. And thankfully, I have Flak Jacket. What I'd probably want to run with next time, and I don't play a huge amount of Team Deathmatch, but when I was running this, I should have set up a couple other classes. I mean, perhaps one equipped with stuns and frags that I could actually be tossing in that upper window, or something along the lines of Engineer and Black Hat PDA, so at least I can be hacking into the enemy equipment, turning them to my advantage, and then being able to get up the stairs without risk or fear of being stunned and or blown to smithereens. And you'll actually see what happens here. I mean, I do get up here. I have a teammate there as well. But you'll see what happens when I actually get in here and the type of player that sometimes you have to deal with, which is why I think that frags and stuns would have probably been better, although I'm sure this guy was probably running flak jacket. There's another claymore, so I actually jump down. I get another kill on the outside, and I think I end up going back up there through the stairwell, and watch what this guy's doing. I mean, the patience on this player to be doing this. Look at this. He's just laying in there prone, and that's what you have to deal with sometimes. So we're now going to take a look at the center area. We're going to go in through building 3 and then out through building 4. Take a look at the B-Dom location, which is the center area by the tanks right there. On the other side are the pillars. So again, you know, you'll have enemy players up there, but really the action is going to be taking place, especially in kill confirmed, in this center location. And we're going to get a good overhead theater view of this as it occurs during a game of kill confirmed. So there's the top level location, and then a good way of getting from, you know, one side to the other without too much trouble. I mean, you will run into 1 or 2 enemy players oftentimes through here, but it's not as bad as being out in the wide open and, you know, afraid to get sniped up in the top area in the center location. So I do have some short clips in and around number 3 and number 4 as well as the center, but not a lot from my gameplay because I don't tend to like being out there, being out in the open where I'm going to get sniped, right? So here we are in number 4. We're going to go over to number 3 here. And again, you'll run into 1 or 2 enemy players oftentimes, but that'll be it. And then it'll be clear, and then you're waiting for, you know, 15, 20, or 30 seconds for another player. So we got a brief example of a skirmish in the center area. Again, you want to be quicker than this. I spend way too much time in here. I actually get pretty lucky that I don't get taken out. But get your kill, get your tag as quickly as possible, and then get the heck out of there. I mean, I'm spending way too much time in this center area. I'm lucky I didn't actually get taken out here. So it was a good few seconds being in that area. Alright, so we're switching to an overhead theater view here on center, or B-Dom, if that's what you want to call it. Okay, so we switched over to an overhead view here of B-Dom. This is obviously kill confirmed. It's not domination, but we're going to call it B-Dom anyway. And you can see just the kind of carnage that happens here if you're spending any time up on this top level location. You've got, again, the sniper perch locations over on Anka and center, or sorry, control. I have no idea why this guy's laying down attack insert at that location. That is just, okay, if you really want to have attack insert at that top location, and he gets taken out. Oh, so quickly. It's friggin' hilarious. And then the enemy player goes over and grabs his tag. Alright, let's see what else we got happen up there. Oh, lightning strike or hellstorm or what? Lightning strike? That's why, also why you don't want to be in there. Oh, here we go. We got 3 players. Oh, nice. That was a quick little interaction. We got this guy. Oh, come on. You can get him. Oh, yeah. Double teamed. He got double teamed. Okay, get out. Guys, leave. That's right. That's what you want to do. Get in there. Get the heck out. This guy's got his launcher out. What the hell is he going to do with that? Whoa. Come on. I want to... Oh, he's taking out the air support. Okay. Oh, yeah, and he gets taken out, but they got a kill denied over on that other side. I don't know if that was a kill confirmed or kill denied. I guess I'm looking at it from the perspective of I'm on the green team. Now, that guy just stayed up there way too long, got killed, and then the guy who killed him got immediately killed. Oh, man. I got to do this more often. Go into theater mode and check this out. Boom. That guy just got exploded. Yeah, I got to do this more often going into theater mode like this, and look at that. Look at that interaction right there. Oh, that guy just went to town on those guys. At any rate, you gotta love the commentary. Oh, look at him. Yeah, he just got taken out. Yeah! You can obviously see what happens up here. There's someone's Betty. Oh, well, so much for your Betty. You better respawn, and then it disappears. And that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed. But Meltdown... You know, I just wanted to come up with a video for specifically for non-objective game modes, because obviously it's going to differ hugely when you're going after objectives, and the hot zones are going to be where the objective locations are, more than not. I mean, obviously, right? So again, there are two different perspectives. There's the non-objective game mode perspective, which we're seeing here, and then we'll do other videos for the objective game mode. So hopefully this helps, and hopefully it helps with you with staying in the locations where you're going to see the most action, you're going to get the most kills, the most score, etc., everything. And I really hope you enjoyed. If you got any feedback, let me know, and especially constructive criticism for these videos, and I will definitely try and incorporate it into future episodes. I'm Spider, and I'm out.